Listen to me real close because this is where folks get confused. And confusion in this portal era gets you left at the altar like Whitney did old boy who went on to become the director of B16. That's going to go over some of y'all here. The transfer portal don't close when feelings close. It closes when the clock hits zero. Now, here's the lay of the land, y'all. For most of college football, that portal door slams shut today on January 16th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Midnight, Cinderella, glass slipper, done. But what about the teams in the CFP championship game? Oh, they're on a different calendar. If your team is playing the college football playoff national championship, the NCAA gives you borrowed time. You get a special extension because your season runs long. So here's how that works. Once your last CFP game is played, the roster gets 5 additional days to enter the portal. That means for national championship participants, the portal closes January 24th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Not Central, not Coach said we good, Eastern, period. And let me tell you why all this matters. Because timing changes everything. This is why CFP rosters are frozen, but not really. While everybody else already shopping, already visiting, already tampering, yeah, I said that. CFP teams are still practicing, game planning, protecting their depth charts, and smiling through gritted teeth. Meanwhile, you got agents out there texting like, hey man, just wait 5 days. That's why you see these late QB exits, these surprise O-line departures, and even backup receivers suddenly finding themselves. It ain't betrayal, it's timing. Recruiting chess, not checkers. But let's flip the board. If you're a non-CFP staff, you already know who's gone, what you need, and what you can pay. But CFP staffs, they recruiting with one eye on the trophy and one eye on the portal clock. That's why visits get pushed, offers stay warm, and NIL numbers stay fluid. Nobody wants to overpay on January 10th just to lose a starter on January 23rd. So let me land this plane on this topic because there's spring practice implications. Players who enter by January 16th, most teams, and players who enter January 24th, those in the title teams, can enroll early enough to go through spring brawl, learn the playbook, compete day one. But if you miss that window, you might still transfer, but you're showing up late to the cookout and asking, hey man, what's on the grill? So when folks say the portal closed, ask them for who and what time zone. Because in this era, deadlines decide destinies, clocks beat loyalty, and CFP teams, they live 5 days longer and 5 days more dangerous. Now let's talk about the part that folks don't want to say out loud. Why money plus Coach Prime is a problem for the rest of the sport. When Jordan Seaton hit the portal, everybody rushed to talk about depth charts, ripples, what went wrong. Nah, fam, I'm here to talk about what just got freed up. Almighty dollar, money. Because in today's college football economy, every scholarship has a dollar sign attached to it, especially at premium positions. And offensive line, that ain't bargain bin shopping. When Seaton exits, Colorado doesn't just lose a body, they regain NIL allocation, collective leverage, roster flexibility. The translation, there's now cash back on the table. And we ain't talking a couple $100 cash. We're talking real portal money, the kind that can upgrade a position, add competition, or even flip a late portal target who was leaning somewhere else. This ain't emotional. This is cap management, college football style. And Coach Prime with money is different. Because here's where it gets dangerous. Because Deion Sanders with money is not the same as everybody else with money. Most coaches spend scared, recruit conservative, and overpay to feel safe. Prime, our dog Prime, he spends with vision. He don't ask who's available. He asks who fits. And that's a big difference. You're not just out there buying depth, you're buying impact. Coach Prime doesn't hoard talent, he targets. That's position leverage, culture fits, eyes wide open competitors. That freed up NIL could turn into a veteran O lineman who's already started, say, 25, 30 games, could flip into two rotational pieces instead of one big ticket name, could be held until after the CFP chaos when desperate teams start leaking starters. That's why other staff stay nervous, because Prime is patient. And patience with money, oh, that's lethal. And here's why the portal still ain't done for Colorado. Let me say this slow, because I love talking to the people in the back. Colorado is not finished shopping. They're waiting for the right aisle. Portal windows close on paper, but movement continues in reality. And when a CFP team loses a lineman late, when a starter realizes he ain't starting next year, when an agent whispers Colorado still has room, that's when Prime strikes. So people think losing a player is always a setback. But in this era, it's reallocation. Jordan Seaton leaving didn't weaken Colorado. It unlocked options. And I'll tell you right now, Coach Prime with belief is dangerous. Coach Prime with momentum is scary. Coach Prime with money and patience, dog, that's how you change a roster in silence while everybody else is tweeting through panic. And that's why I keep telling y'all, this ain't old college football. Players move, money moves, windows open, and slam shut at 11:59 Eastern. Losing Jordan Seaton, yeah, that's a blow, but it's not a death sentence, because impact can be replaced, experience can be purchased, and flexibility, that's currency. Coach Prime isn't scrambling, he's allocating and reallocating. And when Deion Sanders has time, patience, and money that just came back into the system, that's when rosters get reshaped quietly, while everybody else is yelling on social media. Remember this: stars don't win January, systems win September. See, we don't react on the morning wood. We read the market, we read the calendar, and we read the game. Hey, so if you're rocking with real content, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Tell a friend who still thinks loyalty beats deadlines. Maybe we'll be back the same time tomorrow. Wood ain't always dependable, but same seat at the table we will be. Morning Wood, we